Well, you know, some people like to paint flat, and I understand that. And I'm going to pull a little cobalt in here and gray this orange down. It looks brown, I know, but now I have the colors I need. And if this were a face, I come in here, and you have seconds to work. You got to think about it really quick, and I'm coming into that face. I need to get that bead. You know, you can add a little water to keep that bead going, but it's going to lighten it up and come down. And then I think, well, I need to curve that forehead over this way a little bit. So we'll drop some cerulean blue in there, and I want it to stain, get it to granulate a little bit more. I might want to put a little yellow on the sunny side. Almost lost it there. See how quick that hardened? What you got there? And maybe I want it a little redder now. So we'll go a little pinker here. I know the cheek is a little red, so we'll push a little red here. And now, in that little bit of time, there's a hard edge up here by the hair. I do have some time to go in here and have some lost and found edges. So, you know, and it doesn't matter because I'm going to have a dark of the hair up in here. I could work this all the way out and it won't. We know some artists that work it way out. Matter of fact, we know some artists that paint with water and then they come back in and they drop. And there's nothing wrong with that technique. Maybe there's an eye there. Oh, it's one eye there.
Very good.
I'm sorry.
It had to happen. Gotta love it.
I'm sorry. I missed a little pity party last night.
Oh, you heard about
Oh,
that?
we had fun. It wasn't, and it wasn't pity.
It's a sailboat.
So
It's bad.
that's typically the first wash. And in this time frame, you know, I'm going to do a little lifting here and there. I'm going to look at my photograph. You see that light in the top there? There's a light up at the top. There's a highlight where that light's in there. So I want to get that. And there's a little bit on the nose. And there might be some on the cheek here. And see, I didn't lift any there. So you got to keep brush dry management. You see, my fingernails have permanent pigment in them. And
why do you like the granulation effect for a portrait?
because in the end,
It makes the pores on the face.
That's right.
in the end,
I don't want that.
it's the underpainting that you paint over the top of that gives you these really clean things. So I have to practice it. You can pass this around and take a look at it. It looks complicated, but you'll see there's about 5 stages to this thing.
Mine's going to look like that. Put my name at the bottom.
It's taken me about 10 years to get to that point, I guess. The paper I have in my closets, you can't imagine. Not to mention what I've thrown away. Robert Henri said we have 10,000 bad drawings in us, and as soon as we get them out, we can get to the good ones.
That's right.
There you go.
And not Tom Lynch, but
Jones.
no,
Hill.
his wife's a painter too.
Roger.
Rogers, yes. Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers.
Stab in the dark.
Yeah, he said 50%.
I had lunch with him, and it was really, really interesting. We were talking about successful paintings. He's an American Watercolor Society, now a judge there, MWS. He's gone to all the international shows. I mean, the man is there. He's at the top of the pyramid, okay? He said that 50% of his paintings he destroys.
Wow.
Of the other 50%, 30% are saleable. Another 10% are he puts a higher price on, and he gets up and there's only about 5% that make it to a show. So in other words, he was telling me you got to do a lot to get one good one to make it into a show. Right now the judges don't like portraits, dog portraits, and I've got to put something together, a full figure, emotional, and so that's why I go to these life drawing sessions.